My boyfriend kept asking me to order takeout for him, then secretly gave it to his ex-girlfriend and stole money from my Venmo, even almost choking me to death. I met my boyfriend on Tinder. I saw him on Instagram and thought he was cute, so I gave him a like. Not long after, he checked out my Instagram, liked my photos, and sent me a message to say hi. At the time, because of the pandemic, when we were both doing online classes at home, so we started chatting, and I found out he was from a university in the state next door. What a coincidence! We exchanged Snapchat info and kept chatting every day. After about 2 months, he confessed his feelings for me, and since I thought he was handsome, I agreed to be his girlfriend. We were in a long-distance relationship for a while. One day, I went out with my friends. Since I'm an art student, and I love looking good and always make sure to do my makeup before going out, I was facetiming him that day, and he suddenly said, "Babe, Hola, can you do me a favor?" I asked, "What is it?" "Can you stop wearing lipstick? I think you look great without it." I was a little confused, thinking maybe he didn't like the color I was wearing, but I didn't think much of it and agreed. Later on, though, it got worse. He told me to stop wearing makeup altogether. We're saying he didn't want other guys looking at me. Eventually, he even told me not to hang out with my friends, and claiming they were just trying to steal me from him. By that point, I was fully under his control, but I was so obsessed with him that I couldn't see the red flags. I cut ties with my friends, and I feel so guilty about that now. Though after we'd been talking for a few months, Valentine's Day was approaching. I told him, "This is our first anniversary together, it's special. I want to get you a gift." So I bought him an Apple Watch, which cost over $1,000. He was so happy and said, "Thank you, I love you so much. I'll make you the happiest woman in the world." Then he sent me a big amount, $50, telling me to buy snacks and go crazy. I was really thankful for that, and $1.50 to go crazy. He probably realized it was a bit low but didn't want to give more. So he started talking about how he'd buy me a MAC lipstick set when we could see each other again soon. That made me so happy. Looking back, it's a little creepy that he didn't want me wearing lipstick but promised to buy me a set. At the time, I didn't think much of it. I was just happy with his sweet words. As school started back, but with lockdown still in place, he told me, "Babe, I miss you, come visit me." Nothing gonna stop me from seeing him, so I decided to visit. No matter the weather, rain or snow, I would go. Not long after, it was his birthday, and I kept mentioning how his iPhone was too slow and how he wanted a new one but didn't have the money. I never directly asked me to buy it, but kept bringing it up while we were talking or gaming, I thought. Well, the why hell, he's about to turn a year older, so why not buy him a new iPhone? During that time, I saved every penny. At eating nothing but instant noodles, I was looking pale from lack of food and makeup. Like a zombie. It got even my professors asked me if I was sick. In hindsight, I was completely caught up in love brain. I even sacrificed my health. I ended up buying him the new iPhone, and he was so happy, hugging me and kissing me, saying, "Thank you, babe. I love you so much." Then my birthday came around. I was hoping for a surprise from him, but he gave me 3 packs of Trader Joe's nuts and sent me a big amount, $52. Looking back, I really spoiled him. On my birthday, he treated me this way, and I still stayed with him. But he only got more controlling and manipulative. He started saying that he didn't feel secure in our relationship and began restricting what I wore. I tell him I couldn't wear skirts or shorts and couldn't talk to guys. One day, he wanted to log into my Snapchat to check who I was talking to and who I'd add. I thought, well, I let him and I have nothing to hide. So I let him. After snooping through my messages, he said, "Hey, and how to bet you have quite of money your Venmo." I thought, what's the big deal? Everyone has some savings. From that moment on, he kept asking me for stuff. "Babe, buy me CK underwear." "Babe." He even had to buy me a Nike hoodie. He even asked me to buy snacks for his little brother. He was so shameless. One day, when it was snowing heavily and the snow was knee-deep, he insisted I come to visit him at his school. I was on my period. My stomach was hurting, so I said, "If you miss me, come see me." But he wouldn't. He insisted that I come, and I was in pain and a bad mood, so I refused. Later, when I went to buy food with my roommate, I realized all the money was gone. Around $1,000, not even leaving the cents. And I was furious and had no choice but to ask him for the money. When he saw me, he came over with a big grin. "Babe, I missed you." I was so pissed, I said, "Give me your money back, I don't have any left." He said he spent $50 on game items. I was angry not because of the money, but because of how outrageous his actions were. He didn't even give me a heads up, but I turned to leave, but he ran after me and tried to appease me. "Baby, is your stomach still hurting? I'll bring you a heating pad." I ignored him, thinking, if you really cared, you'd come to me directly. And all these words are pointless. By then, I was really thinking about breaking up with him, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because I was still so in love with him, even though I was doing all of this for him, and he still mistreated me and asked me to order Uber Eats for him. The school had decent food, not like a fancy restaurant, but he would still ask me to buy him takeout. At first, I didn't think much of it and ordered it for him. Then I found out he was sending it all to his ex-girlfriend. She went to his school, and when we first got together, she secretly looked at my Instagram. I thought everyone has a past. So I didn't care. I didn't realize they were still talking behind my back. Then one day he almost choked me to death. There was a performance at school, and I was the lead singer. The whole team was girls, and we all wore makeup. I couldn't go on stage without makeup. The day before, tomorrow I have a performance and I need to wear makeup. The school leaders will be there, and I don't want to disrespect the audience. His face immediately turned dark, but he still said, "Okay, remember." He even said, "I'll come watch tomorrow." On the day of the performance, we all wore heavier stage makeup. After the show, he immediately dragged me to a secluded spot and asked, "Who told you to wear such heavy makeup?" I told you yesterday. Have to wear makeup for the performance. He yelled, "I didn't tell you to wear it this thick." I responded, I'm an art student. Of it, why shouldn't I wear makeup? Do you want me to go on stage without makeup and embarrass myself? He shouted. You all wear makeup just to attract men. I lost it and snapped. Your mom is over 50 and still wears makeup. Is she trying to attract men too? He couldn't argue, so he choked me. His expression was so furious, and he was squeezing my neck with all his might. I almost suffocated. Just when I thought I was gonna die, his ex-girlfriend called him. When he pulled out his phone, I saw her name on the screen. He realized I was close to passing out, so he finally left. I quickly ran away, terrified he might finish the job. And I went back to my dorm and immediately broke up with him and blocked him. He was terrifying. He searched for me for 2 days but couldn't find me, so he went downstairs to my dorm, crying and making a scene. And I was so embarrassed I went downstairs to face him. He asked if we could get back together and said he realized he was wrong, but I didn't want to reconcile. I just wanted to mess with him, so I said, okay, let's get back together. He had never let me see your phone. He had never let me look at his phone before, but he always checked mine. He asked, why do you want to see my phone? I said, are you gonna let me or not? He got really nervous and started deleting things. His phone. I bought this phone, so why can't I look it? I checked his message and found he had deleted all the messages with his ex. I went to the photo album and found a hidden album with all their explicit conversations. Honey and baby. His ex even asked, how's your current girlfriend? Her is it as comfortable with her as it was with me? I was so disted. I was furious and he was sitting on the ground. Sending and I kicked him in the back, sending him flying and smashed his phone to pieces. He yelled, you're crazy. I said, I've been saving every penny to buy you things and I end up supporting a leech. I yanked his Apple Watch off and ran out. The heavy afraid he would hit me. He chased after me shouting, I made a mistake all men make. Can't you forgive me? I thought, you're not Brad Pitt. I said, you're broke. You have no skills. All you do is bully women. I ran, you think you're worthy. I ran to campus security and said, he's an outsider. Eming is stalking me and making a scene outside the girls' dorm. The campus security immediately stopped him when they found out he wasn't a student there. When I was so relieved. When I got back to my dorm, I feel completely free. Next day, I sold his Apple Watch on a second-hand website. Went off and I happily did my makeup and went to class. When my professor saw me, he said, wow, the beautiful girl is back later. And when he came to find me again, and when I was about to with my classmates, I just told him, get lost. He was so embarrassed. No one paid attention to him. I heard his ex-girlfriend didn't want anything to do with him after we broke up, as she loved being the third wheel in other people's relationships. As soon as he was single, and now she immediately announced her relationship with another guy. Is he not a loser? Later, I ran into this ex a few more times. She had a terrible reputation at their school and had even been beaten by a group of girls for breaking up someone else's relationship. I really deserve it.